Everyone, Sedwina with Elegant Creations, and I'm doing this project for Saturday Morning Makes with Jill Norwood. And I wanted to show the teapots that I make, like little tea bag holders. And um, I make these for my craft shows. And at first I just was doing the teacups, and then I started doing the coffee mugs, and then I started doing the Christmas. And I also do hot cocoa. Okay, so on the regular ones, I'm going to show you also more or less what I do. So I have a couple of different sayings, and I get a packet usually from Hobby Lobby with paper, and I do purples and pinks and whatever colors I have in the that comes in the packet, and then I get a packet of the Christmas because it has the greens and the reds, and I usually commit quite a bit of those. What I do is I get on the computer and I make little signs and I make columns and then I punch them out with my punch. So these are my new sayings for Christmas, for my Christmas ones. On the cups, this saying right here is too small, too big. So I made some smaller ones. So this one's say made by Christmas elves just for your enjoyment, and special Christmas teas made by elves, and enjoy a cup of Christmas cheer. Okay, so those are my new ones that I'm gonna do this year. And so this one, let's see, this says, I wish we could sit down together and drink a cup of tea, but since we can't, when you have this one, I hope you think of me. And then this one says, a warm cup of tea can diminish all the troubles that may be. And then this is, I have a stamp. It says, coffee is always the best inspiration. And then this one is, it's always tea time. And take life one cup at a time. So I just kind of got different sayings from the internet, and then I just printed them out. And the Christmas one says, on Christmas Eve at 3:30, brew yourself a cup of tea. I'll think of you, you think of me, while sitting round the Christmas tree. And this one I got on the internet also. So what I do is I use these tea bags, and they're called Red Rose. What did I do? My tea bags. I have a package of them. Can't find them now. Oh, they're there. Okay, so I buy a bunch of these, and it comes 100 of them in a box, and I get them at the grocery store or Walmart. They're cheaper at Walmart. And then I buy these doilies, and then I just wrap them up in a little envelope, and I wear gloves and everything to put these in. And so they just insert it in there. And so what I do is you can get 2 out of 1 sheet. I also do the cups, the same thing. And when I do these, I put I fold them in half, and the paper, and then this goes on the fold line. And this one also goes on the fold line. And I made this pattern using We Are Memory pillow box. And so I cut it out the size I wanted it, and then I put it on a piece of cardboard, and then I made a handle. I think this is an oval piece. And I glued it to it, and then I made it a little, like a D, and then I traced it, and then I cut all these freehand. I used to do it in a die cut machine. I put like 3 different pieces together. I had the handle and the handle and the spout, and it was just too much work. So it's easier for me just to cut them all out. And so I sit there while I'm watching TV, cutting these out. And then I have a die for this one. And these coffee mugs say, life happens over coffee. Christmas is a hug in a mug. And this one is coffee and friends make the perfect blend. And then I just have little punches with flowers and stuff. And that's what I do with these. So I do the browns, and I do the Christmas ones, and then I do the pinks and purples and all those colors. And then the cup, what I do on the cup is, let's see if I find my cup. There it is. I made 2 sizes. So this cup is the Spellbinder teacup. I bought this years ago, and it has the handle. So I cut it out of cardboard. It's easier to trace out of cardboard than just a regular piece of paper. So I cut a cardboard, and then I cut the handle, and then I glued the handle together to the back of it, and then I traced it. And this was a little too small because by the time you put the glue, just the glue here, because this goes on the fold line, put the glue here, it gets a little tight sometimes. So I decided to make it a little bit bigger. I put it on my printer and enlarged it a little bit. So, and then I made the pattern. So I cut all this, everything's freehand. Instead of using the die, I just do everything freehand. And then on this cup was too small. I had to use the smaller version of the little sign where I printed it out. Because this little saying here didn't fit on this. It was too big. Okay, so so I'm going to do the different sayings on these. Okay, and so then I have my coffee mug. Cocoa, hot cocoa. And so you have to fold the hot cocoa in half, and I had made these a little too small, and so I really had a hard time getting the hot cocoa in there, and they kept splitting here. So what I did was I used to do cakes and stuff years ago, so I had a bunch of these. So these are for frosting, and so I stapled the bottom, and then I put my hot cocoa in there, and then folded them up. So I put them like this, and that way you had that point going right here. This is where it was a little small for the hot cocoa. So I did it this way. And I wore gloves and everything when I did it, when I put them in those little packets. And so I had a whole bunch of plaid paper, so I decided to do these. And I think it took 2 to 1 sheet of paper. I think I did the 12 by 12s on this one. And then the frosting, with the Cool Whip, I had a stamp, and then I put 2 pieces together, glued them, and cut them out. But now I have a die, so either way I do it. But this is how I did these ones. And I thought those were cute. And then I had this little die from something else, and so I just cut a bunch out and put them on this little sign. So this one says, "Sending you crafty hugs in a mug," and I think that's all I have on these ones. Now I have some stamps that have hot cocoa, so I'll probably do those this year. So this is how I do the coffee mug. I had done this out of die, and like I said, I used to do the handle and the spout. It got to be too much, so I just took that pattern and I traced it. And so what I do for the little handle here is I punch it with a tiny one here at the bottom and a bigger hole punch at the top. And then I have these scissors, if I can find them. Oh, here they are. And they kind of curve. I bought these at Walmart. And I just get these in. Just cut that off like that. So it doesn't take no time at all to do these. Okay, so there's my little inside of the handle, and then I just cut these all off. And then what I do, I didn't cut these out, but I have my punch, my oval punch, and I already have marks on them, but I won't mark it this time. I'll put on the mark. So let's say I cut this out. Let me cut this out real quick. It's not gonna be perfect. I guess I shouldn't have done it that way. So just the top one gets cut off. I should have done this first. Okay. So I just do the top, and this will be just like this. Okay. That would be the little curve here. And then what you do, I had one here, let me see, I had a sample. See if I find it. Probably dropped it. Like I do everything. Oh, here it is. Okay, I have a sample here, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you cut it out. Okay, and then you would do your oval here. So this is on your fold line. And then I put this through my embossing machine. And then you would put glue. I put glue all around here, but just go right here at the edge. And then I go again here at this edge right here and up here and all the way up. And then leave this whole middle blank, so you don't put no glue on that. So then when you push it down, I kind of cuff it like that, and that's where your tea bag goes inside. Okay. I think there was a lady, I can't remember her name because I've done this so many years ago, that did all the spellbinders, she wasn't spellbinder, she was Stampin' Up. And she did a little coffee cup with the dies where she pieced the handle in this. It got to be too much, so this is so much easier. And I could whip out a whole bunch of them. Okay, so that's how you do those. And then on the cup mugs, the same thing on this little handle. Okay. And what I do also is when you have a lot of scraps, after you cut all these, you have a lot of scraps. So I make a lot of butterflies out of all the different colors. And then that way I can put them on all these. And then you can use the scraps to make this little oval that I cut out. And I have this oval punch that I cut out, this bottom, and then I have the other oval punch, this one for the top. Okay. And then I also do the circle for these mugs, and this one is a 1 3/4 inch, and that's this middle right here. And what I use for this little doily is I bought these from Just Right Stampers or something like that it's called, and we had a convention here in Albuquerque, and so I bought these years ago. I think I got them on clearance at a big old clearance area, and so I bought these. And I do use this one, but I cut these off. And then I do this one. So this one is that right there. And I have a couple of other doily ones that I use. But for these tea ones, I use that. And so I just wrap these also in the doily. So I wanted to look very Victorian when I first started doing them. And then I just get these. These are kind of pricey. So you only get 7 for $1. And so these kind of are a little on the pricier side, but these ones you can get 100. And you can do the fancier teas if you want. It just was too costly for me, and I would have to charge more. So that's why I just went that route. But I don't make as many as these, so I don't have to pay so much for the coffee. But I might make them a little smaller. I do have another coffee mug that I bought, a die, and then do the coffee, but it's more like this, like a tea bag. So I might do that, and it comes with packaged. So I might start doing that instead of buying these because they're getting a little pricey. But I do make quite a bit of these, and they are fun. And so I just sit there around Christmas time or Thanksgiving and just cut. You know, when the kids are here and everybody's watching the game or something, that's what I do, and keeps me busy. But I hope you all try it. It's a pretty neat project. I really enjoy making these. I've been making them for about 10-12 years, and they're very popular. So I hope you all try it. And so the Christmas ones are all new, well, the last couple of years, but they've gotten popular. So I hope all of you have a great Labor Day, and be safe out there. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.